Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our week looking at upgrading all 5 of the commander decks from Tarkir Dragonstorm. As I'm sure you saw from the thumbnail, today we're looking at Abzan armor. Like all modern pre-constructed commander decks, we have 2 legendary creatures that can lead the deck: Felothar the Steadfast and Baator, Ancestor's Voice. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Felothar the Steadfast is a 4-mana, 0/5 legendary human warrior who makes it so that each creature we control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Additionally, creatures we control with Defender can attack as though they didn't have Defender. Finally, we may pay 3 mana and sacrifice another creature. If we do, we draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard cards equal to its power. Baator, Ancestor's Voice is a 5-mana 3/5 legendary spirit dragon with flying and lifelink. At the beginning of our end step, we put a number of +1/+1 counters on up to 1 other target creature we control, equal to the amount of life we gained this turn. We return up to 1 target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the amount of life we lost this turn from our graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so Felothar is a Walls commander and Baator cares about our life total. So that is how we split our deck. I suppose I should explain for new viewers. Rather than just cut a certain number of cards or stick to a set budget, I like to take the new commander precons and split them in half. You see, most commander precons have a core theme tied to one of the commanders, and a sub-theme tied to the secondary commander. So we remove the cards tied to the sub-theme, and replace them with cards that better support our main theme. And then we take the cards we've removed, and create a new deck built around that theme. Before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. For the past few years, Ultimate Guard has been hard at work finding ways to protect your cards without damaging the planet, and they have discovered it. Boulders, once made entirely of plastic, are now made of 87% renewable resources. They also come in a variety of sizes and colors, including this new teal 133 card box. If you're like me, you have a ton of decks, want a little bit of space for tokens in your deck boxes, and don't want those boxes filling up an entire suitcase, then this box is the perfect solution. Find out if your local game store carries the new Return to Earth boulders from Ultimate Guard, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. Okay, so let's talk about what cards we're cutting first. Obviously, Baator Ancestor's Voice will be leading our new deck, so he's got to go. Will of the Abzan is a good magic card, but seems to fit better with what Baator is trying to do. Same thing with Canopy Gargantuan, Ikra Shadiki the Usurper, Tree of Redemption, Arasta of the Endless Web, Nyx Fleece Ram, Rock's Faithmender, Shalai Voice of Plenty, and Wall of Reverence. But wait, Danon, you said Felothar was going to be a Walls deck. Why are you cutting Tree of Redemption and Wall of Reverence? They're both more about life gain shenanigans, which is what Baator is trying to do. Also, since walls are cheap, we'll be cutting Seedborn Muse. Additionally, Dragonlord Jamoka, Indulging Patrician, and Staff of Completion all feel wrong in a Walls deck. Now, we're also cutting Radiant Grove, Canopy Vista, and Fortified Village. This is for land balancing, but also for aesthetic reasons. Okay, after our cuts, we should take a look at the deck and compare it to our checklist. What checklist? I'm so glad you asked. You see, in order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Okay, so after the cuts, Abzan Armor has 47 mana sources split between 35 lands and 12 pieces of ramp. Obviously, this will need to be upgraded. 6 pieces of card advantage. Again, room for improvement. 6 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, and 1 sudden I win card in Tower Defense. Okay, with that in mind, here's what I'm looking at for additions to the deck. Shattered Sanctum, Deathcap Glade, and Desolate Mire help to round out the lands. Previously, we had about as many Selesnya lands as we had Orzhov and Golgari combined, so this helps to even things up a bit. Next up, we'll be adding Golgari Signet. Yes, I know Signets aren't as popular as Land Ramp, and you can cut all the Signets and put in Cultivate and Rampant Growth if you really want to, but I like symmetry and wanted to have all 3 Guild Signets in the deck. Next up, to help with our card advantage, we've got Phyrexian Arena, Nethroi Apex of Death, Orin Frostfang, Flumph, and Shield Wall Sentinel. Enhancing our interaction, we've added Assassin's Trophy, Beast Within, and Generous Gift. Gotta love flexible answers that can hit any permanent. Dusk Dawn serves as another board wipe, and it should be mostly one-sided. We can also use it as a mass reanimation effect. Finally, to further enhance our wall plan, we've got Crystal Barricade, Bedrock Tortoise, McCready Lamplight Mare, and Wall of Tanglecord. Okay, so that's it for the base deck, but what are we building around Baator Ancestor's Voice? I'm so glad you asked. But real quick, one last announcement before we get into it. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are spent talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Sandstep Citadel, Isolated Chapel, Woodland Cemetery, Sunpetal Grove, Sunlit Marsh, Haunted Mire, Radiant Grove, Tainted Field, Tainted Wood, Canopy Vista, Shine Shadow Snarl, Necroblossom Snarl, Fortified Village, Golgari Rot Farm, Orzhov Basilica, Selesnya Sanctuary, Bojuka Bog, 5 Plains, 5 Swamps, and 8 Forests. Not bad for a budget deck. Our Mana Ramp package consists of Seedborn Muse, Prize Pig, Solemn Simulacrum, Sakura Tribe Elder, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Rampant Growth, Farseek, Nature's Lore, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, Migration Path, and Beladros Witherbloom. Wanted to mostly stick to Land Ramp with a few other options as well. For card advantage, we've got Hollowmark Siege, The Gaffer, Phyrexian Arena, Savvy Hunter, Doom Whisperer, Priest of Fell Rites, Exemplar of Light, Villas, Broker of Blood, Rodolph Duskbringer, Underrealm Lich, and Twilight Prophet. Thematic and powerful, as it should be. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Will of the Abzan, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Anguished Unmaking, Assassin's Trophy, Mortality Spear, Beast Within, Generous Gift, Return to Nature, and Abzan Charm. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. For board wipes, we've got Dam and Fumigate. Gotta love gaining a ton of life after wiping out everyone's creatures. The core of our deck consists of Canopy Gargantuan, Ikra Shadiki the Usurper, Tree of Redemption, Arasta of the Endless Web, Nyx Fleece Ram, Wall of Reverence, Indulging Patrician, Sanguine Bond, Farmer Cotton, Treebeard, Gracious Host, Peregrine Took, Prosperous Innkeeper, Samwise Gamgee, Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, Dina Soulsteeper, Skirmish Rhino, Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn, Enduring Tenacity, Grey Merchant of Asphodel, and Nykthos Paragon. Supporting our plan, we've also got Rock's Faithmender, Shalai, Voice of Plenty, Dragonlord Dramoka, Staff of Completion, and Envoy of the Ancestors. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 37 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 12 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 10 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Return to Nature and Bojuka Bog. No sudden I win cards, but lots of value. We are a mid-range deck that likes to play with our life totals. Sometimes we'll be losing a bunch of life in order to reanimate our creatures. We've got a bit of self-mill and surveil effects so we can put those creatures in the graveyard, but the primary way our deck wins is by growing our creatures. We gain life, grow creatures, and smash face. Are you picking up Abzan armor? What's your plan with the deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You could have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgie, Nazwin, Kaga, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Jackie Finn, Zen, Osara, Justin, Christian, and Golden Walker. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.